Welcome to my new show, Capture Nature's Beauty. Today we're going to paint a scene with some water and trees. And I have a picture here that we can look at. Looking at this, the thing that intrigued me was this little trail here. You wonder, where's that go? And then you can look off down here. It's kind of nice. There's some things we can do to enhance it, and we'll see how we go as we paint it. I like the clouds a bit here. It's somewhat interesting. We got some dark against light, dark against some light. So that works out fairly good on that. So I sketched it out. And trees are a little bit different, but we can do that. We're allowed. And for my colors, I have French ultramarine blue, King's blue, Thayer blue, sap green, and I got white, yellow light, Naples yellow, yellow ochre, and over here I have burnt umber, and I have raw umber, and burnt sienna, I think it is. All right, so let's start by doing somewhat like a wash in the clouds up here. And I'll get some terps, which I don't have ready. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to take some of this blue, and we'll put it up here. I always start at the sky. That's not a rule you have to follow. Some artists put the sky in after they do the trees and that, when they do plein air painting. I like to put I like it. This time here, I'm putting the blue on fairly thin because I am going to wipe some off for some of the clouds. So I got a little bit blue down here. And I don't want the same blue down there. I want that a little bit lighter. Lighten that blue up a little bit. Because at the horizon, the clouds, or the sky rather, is lighter. There we go. And let's put some up here. Now maybe a touch of yellow will give us that nice little green. Just a touch. Just to warm it up a little bit. That picture is a little bit, colors are dark and kind of cold. I like to warm it up a little bit. There we go. I will put some sky holes in there afterwards. But we can just put some blue on there and just not cover up our drawing entirely. There we go. All right. There we go. Now, that over there. Now, let's see. I see what the clouds are on that picture. Then we gotta look at it and say, is that the best that the clouds could be for us? I don't know. I think I might cut a little bit of this away here. I think I might cut away some of that there. Anyway, so we'll put some, we're just outlining where we're going to have our clouds. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. And down the bottom, we'll have some smaller clouds. This is just for us as a guide. Because if we don't like this, we can always cover it up real easy right now. All right. Let me see what happens when I take a little bit of trips for that. I touched it with a little bit of trips. It's going to really take it away now. Again, I'm just after an outline of what the clouds are going to be like. I think that bit of the cloud there. And then we'll have more clouds down the bottom, like so. Okay. Clean my brush. Let's get some white here. some let it cloud down here. Bottom of the clouds are usually somewhat flat. This is going to be whiter. I'm going to make this a little bit whiter. There. There you go. And as they go further back, they get smaller. And you want to kind of like stagger them. You don't want them all on the same horizontal or all on the top. And even though we're probably not going to see these clouds over here, we'll put them in anyway. Okay. All right. Let me get some of this. Now the white clouds here are pure white, which you won't see that too often in the cloud. It's pure white. So when this dries, I will put a glaze on there and we'll give it some other color. And then I want a little bit of touch of gray here. Let me get a little bit of orange out here. Okay. All right, that gray might be a little bit dark. It's a little bit dark. Let's make it a little bit lighter. That's light, Verne. That's real light. All right, that's better. Now the clouds that are higher over our head, we'll see the underneath part. It'll be more gray. And the ones that go further back, we only see the side. We don't see underneath it. Okay. So we're going to be a little bit bold. We've got a big brush here. Sometimes it's good to use the big brush. Now we got some trees to put in. And we got the big trees over there. So the next thing down here is some green hills that got some sunlight on them. So we want to try to get these hills right here. And again, we'll put that on there, but we're going to, after it dries, we'll hit it with a glaze, which will lighten it up and will push it back. Okay, so we got this dark green that we had here. We can work off of that maybe. Get that in there. What is furthest away tends to be bluer. And this is, the sun's hitting it as well. So, let's, we got a hump here. And then another bump here. And behind here we don't know. We can't see it. I think that's a little bit too green. Let me put some of this. There we go. All right, that's that. Moving right along. Then we have some darker ones. It's down here. So these hills actually go down here a bit. Yeah. So I thought this would be a nice, easy, carefree painting to do. And sometimes they're fun. It's fun to do one that's more in depth. But sometimes it's fun to just do one that's just easy flowing. It's like when you watch TV, you watch the drama a lot. That's nice, but every once in a while it's good to throw in a comedy or something in there. Oh, Verne, you did too much there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Take some of that dark stuff there. Okay. Let's see if I can, I might use this brush. Yeah. Just a little darker. And let's see, let's check, see if there's a reflection. No, there's no reflection back there. Okay. All right. That's a little bit blue, too blue. A little bit too blue. Let's say we calm it down a little bit with a little bit of yellow ochre. Fan brush. one of the most universal brushes. All right. Now I want to distinguish this bunch of trees from that bunch of trees. And one of the easiest things to do is we'll put a blue, light blue, whitish blue haze on this. Not as much as up here, but we'll put one on here, and that'll push that back beyond this. That'll help us because there's a lot of greens real close in value. So we're going to use that trick. When things go further back, they tend to lose the yellow color. That's my son and I went down into Boston a couple of weeks ago. I guess a week ago, I guess it was. And we went to the Artist Guild of Boston, or the Boston Artist Guild. Very, very nice. Some incredible art there. These are all like living masters. You go down there and it's very motivating for you to do more. Paint again. All right, see, I got a straight line. See, you got to watch out what you're doing here. See, that you tend to do everything straight, arrow. That's not good. That is not good. We got to have some variety here. So what if we do something like that? And what was that? Yeah, that makes it more interesting than a straight line. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here. Now, even though it's far away, there is a highlight and a shadow side there a little bit. We can do that now, or we can do it after it dries a bit. But let's see if we can't at least do a little bit now. I'm adding some bright yellow to this real dark stuff. Let's see how that can be a little bit lighter. Yeah, there we go. And they tend to be a little bit greener too, I guess. There we go. Got some variation there. All right. Now, you know, we do have to do too. We have to blend. These are just too solid. You want to blend. Maybe I'll use the big fan brush for that. Looks like an airplane. It's best we fix that now, because you know one of your buddies will come and look at your painting and say, hey, you know that, I see a face in there, or it looks like a plane or something. And then after that, that's all you see. Every time you look at the painting, you'll see that face or whatever. All right. Meanwhile, back at the woods. So we got to do, okay. Now these trees have some, these trees do have some reflection. So what we could do right now is put some of the sky color down here, which might be a good idea while we got the blue out. While we have that out there. Now I'm adding some French ultramarine blue to this because reflections are darker than the sky. Then we'll cut that in down there. Alrighty, I'm going to take a little bit of this. Just go up here a little bit. Do the same down here. There we go. Alrighty. Time for a coffee drink. Okay. So now we got some tall ones here, which are these here. I'm going to put them in. And the height of those are right up about here. Like I can see my drawing a little bit through there, which is a help. All right, so let's see. Now let's okay. Let's see if this works. Okay, that's a little higher. These are pine trees. Tilt to the side. It's not in the picture, but I wanted to break up two evenly spaced pine trees. I thought that we would put one on an angle. The wind's been brutal to that tree. Okay. So we can do it two ways. We can leave this white and fill it in with the blue, the dark green. I think what I'm going to do is put that in there, the white, and we'll. I think that's what I'll do. It's a white blue, light blue. Now let me go in there and do this. Of course, that ain't going to be that far out. And this is going to go right across like that. Okay. All right. And I'm going to take a little bit of dark stuff here. I'm going to make a little something for these trees to be on. They don't float in water. They got to have some land there. And that'll be what we'll put there. All right. Now when this dries, we're going to break that up a little bit. I think I'll bring the landmass down just a hair down here. Okay, and then the other landmass will be up here. Okay. Okay, so I like this little break here. That breaks it up a little bit. So this comes through. No, it doesn't. That's some more trees there. But you know what? I'm going to leave that showing rather than put some more dark trees there. I'm going to start with these trees here. And I'm going to start right about there. So I have a tree there. I'll have some smaller stuff here. And I might put them further back as well. Let's do some blue to that. Just do some blue, a little bit of blue, and this will push that back. The trees in the picture, they're further up, but I don't want to cover that green up. I want that distinction. Okay. So you took care of that little part. I think we'll go right up here now, and we'll do these trees. A lot of pine. I think that's something like a little reservoir. It's up in Hubbardston area. I've been by that way many a times. Never stopped until this day I came here. And I stopped and walked around, and I found that I should have stopped years ago because it was beautiful there. Very picturesque. All right, let's do that. Put a smaller one here. Now we'll just add a little bit this color there. And we just blend it in a bit. We're given the illusion of fullness. We will go over this with more realistic trees, but all the little white spaces were bothering me. Didn't like it. Okay. Now we will continue on making pine trees. All right, so we did that one. Now this is a big group of them here. And actually this is going to come down lower. This ground comes down here, like that. Okay. We can do that. So we have a big one here. And a big one here. Okay. Now they're getting closer to us. I'll add a little more warmer yellow to it. Okay. Let's see here if I can do this without messing up. Actually, I like this a little bit there. There's a big tight group there. Is that what I want to do? I guess, yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we'll put another one in here. But we don't want to do the same height as these two. It can be taller or shorter. Let's make it shorter. Yeah. Now these, in the background, are closer to us than those are, or those, so we're going to bring a little bit more detail to that. Put a little more detail to that. Not a lot, but we want to do some. There we go. I'm going to lighten them down, but I'll do that after it dries. Even though it's dark back there, I don't like it that dark. We'll fix that after. And then we have a hardwood tree, is it? I don't know if that's a hardwood tree or not. We're going to make it so. Let it be. So we got to have the same height, the tree from there to there. That's how much it's going to go in the water. You got to go with the base. Okay. The water level is here. Yeah. Okay. Two. All right. We'll play. Well, that came out better than I thought it would. Forgot my brushes again. I mean my knife. All right. Yeah. Okay. Now we're at it. Let's put some clouds in here too. Or as Bob Ross would say, shoot. Let's have some fun. Now, this is going to be the opposite, right? This is reflecting off of the clouds. So what we're seeing down here is going to be what? What do you think? It's going to be underneath the clouds. They're going to be underneath the clouds. There's a little bit here. We get that in here. Trees in the background. All right. All right, that goes. Start off with this one. So let's see here. I'm going to do these trees here now. But there's trees in the background, and it looks like it's a little bit lighter over there, which is good. I might make that lighter, which will in turn make these dark ones stand out more. These are a little bit closer to the nose or any of the others, so that'll be a little bit greener. Okay. Alrighty. Let's try to work that out. All right, let's see how does this look. Looks kind of dark. Let's add a little that in there. Lighten that up. Yellow ochre. We'll lighten it up, but it won't make it fluorescent green. We don't want that. Okay, so we got a tree here. And we're going to put the okay. This is going to be green too. Why don't I? That's dark, but all right, we'll make some dark stuff up. There we go. And see, I'm adding a little bit more paint, a little more texture to these. I'm going to carry this all the way back, go over to the side. See how I'm making the pine tree? Like I said, this is like a, you call it a loose painting. It's just having fun. If you wanted to go into real detail, you'd have the tree, pine tree, like this pine tree is. You can see that it's, the branches come out and then they come up around instead of going zigzag. But this works. I like these. I like these. And if you're the artist painting and you like it, you do it. You're in charge. Now these here will be covered up somewhat with these other two trees, or at least the ones over here. There we go. Don't have to be too picky on this here. Got to be covered up. Now let's get some lighter stuff. And we're just going to hit the we want to a little bit of highlights here because it's closer to us and we'll see more. Not so much on that one. I'm going to put more on highlights on this one than that, and that'll push one further back than the other. Variety. You want to have some variety in your painting. That's a little bit much. It's a little bit much. There we go. All right. Now, I think it would be wise to put in this green area. Not in great detail, but get it started. And we could put some And I will come back at another time and do some more detailed. Okay. So let's see. We got to do a little bit more over here with the big trees and fix up this grass and touch it up. But we'll let that dry, and it'll be a lot easier that we can do the tree trunks and everything else. So we'll come back later and hope you'll join me. And we'll finish this up, episode 7. Come back and grab your brush. Bye.